Hi, this is Matt with Inmate Search Info. Today we're going to be looking at how to find South Carolina inmates. South Carolina's Department of Corrections offers a searchable database based on either a name or these couple different identification numbers, either a Department of Corrections number for South Carolina or another state identification number. If you happen to have those, you can enter those in and get results right away. If you don't happen to have that info, which is the case for a lot of people, you can search by name. Now, one of the things that South Carolina does that only a couple of other states do is they offer this sort of like sounds like or phonetic match. So what that means is if you happen to tick that and you're not sure how someone's name is spelled, maybe you only know kind of what it sounds like. If it's a difficult name, not a typical name, you can click that and get additional results in addition to the actual correct spelling. Some states don't have the forgiveness that has, although other states you can enter a partial, so if you're not 100% sure, you can at least get some kind of results based on a partial name. But in any case, one cool thing, and it does actually work, we'll try it in a second just to kind of prove that it does. We'll enter something in and see what we get. All right, so I've gone ahead and entered Michael Smith, spelled a little bit differently. Obviously, some people's name might be spelled like that, but I did that just to see, and sure enough, it does give us Michael, the traditional spelling of Michael in the results. So the phonetic search does work as far as that goes. Now, obviously, not a ton of results, which makes me think that we're probably looking only at results of people who are currently in the system. Let's take a look at one of these ID numbers to see what we get. But on this first page, we do have kind of some basic demographics and an age. So if you know the person is named Michael Smith and you know their age, obviously if they're in this range, you'd be, they'd all be pretty close. You'd have to probably check them all, but there aren't too many to go through. In any case, one other thing, they've got this Schmidt. I guess that's also because that sounds like Smith. So anyway, it is pretty broad, that phonetic search. Pretty cool that they do that. Now, South Carolina does give you a nice big report here. You get kind of the full details, and this is in PDF, so it's printable if you'd like to do that. We have the kind of full demographics, even build, complexion, eye color, which may not be, they don't offer multiple photos. Some sites do, some states do. They don't give you historical photos either, so you kind of have to go by whenever this photo was taken. Doesn't have a date on it, so you may or may not recognize the person based on the photograph. We have, let's see, admission date, and then we should have projected release date. Obviously, if there was parole as an option, you would have those here. This person, that's not an option for them. And they do give you this location also. They don't have a direct link to it, which kind of makes sense since it's in PDF format. But if you were trying to find the person, you'd have to kind of copy paste that and then look for them. We do offer links, phone numbers, and other things regarding South Carolina facilities on our page, which is in the description below, so that may be helpful to you. So we have not only the actual kind of, let's see, so this is, the top offense here is where we have the active sentence being served. And then we also have, these are the sanctions from within the prison. So these are various things that have happened while there. Movements, so started out in one place, ended up in this other. We also have the job description, so you can kind of get a pretty good picture of what is going on with the person while they're in prison, not something that you get from every other state that offers a searchable database. Let's take a look at another just to see some of those parole dates. This person also doesn't have a parole date listed there. Obviously, that might be something of interest to you, but doesn't look like they're giving that unless, let's check one more. There we go, somebody that has a parole date. So you would be able to get that information. So at least you would, if you're trying to keep track of those sorts of things, it is possible to get that info. Now, as I mentioned, they give you the location, don't have a link to it. If we check the DOC page, again, they don't have that information there. But if you go to, again, our link, we do have information on all of the different facilities and how to get in touch with them. So you'll be able to get kind of hours, things like that, hopefully from our page. So one of the things we always like to say with regard to doing this kind of search is that you don't want to use this information for any official purpose. You don't want to use this for housing. You don't want to use it for employment or credit decisions. Those are specially governed types of background checks that you can't use this for. So be very careful how you use this information. You don't want to run into problems with the law by misusing it. And of course, you don't want to use this information for any kind of threatening or harassment, anything like that. As I mentioned, this search only includes those who are currently in a facility, it appears. However, on our page, we do have links to other types of offender searches that would include information about finding people who are out and keeping tabs on them or just locating them, background checks, other information about the South Carolina corrections system. I hope that's been a help. Thanks so much for watching.